down and painted, so now that works like it shouldn't do. It doesn't make the hideous click. Part 3 is replace the alternator. Sebastian is going to take that out. 10mm on the top, you might need an extension. Yeah. 12 on the top, we've already got. There is a 14. We've just took the alternator off the HF motor. It's the same ampage. This one is smooth. You remember in episode 2 it was making some noise. It sounded like the alternator. We wasn't 100% sure because it sounded kind of weird. I'm going to find out what that jingling is in the front. I'll show you the other one when it comes off. I'm feeling that the bearing is bad. So it's making so much noise and it's getting so hot. Share a funny story with you. Right after my son was born, one of my good friends bet me $500 that his first car will be a new car. And I told him it absolutely isn't going to be a new car. And he said, if you have the means to get him a brand new car, I bet you $500 he'll have a new car. I bought a brand new CRZ right about the time he was born and put a K motor in it. So I guess I did have the means. However, that was all of my eggs in that basket, was that project. And it got me the cover of the magazine and we sold the car. The rest is history on that. But I said, I'll bet you 10 grand his first car won't be brand new. He said, it will be. If you have the means, it'll be brand new. Well, I guess I got $500 coming. Don't feel bad, but it's a aftermarket one, which is usually the first sign that there's something wrong with it. This is a factory Honda one. It says remanufactured by Honda.
Oh, I can hear it clicking.
Really? Yeah, a little tip here on this hose, buddy. So a little bit of WD-40 on there. It'll just allow that clam to slip over that hose a little bit better. Also, when you put it on there, if it jams up, just rock it side to side. And it will go on a little bit easier. And then it will go back into its groove. See that? You totally got the right t-shirt on for doing this too.
Yeah.
Look at that. It's perfect. And make sure this clamp is far enough away. Make sure that lines up on there. All right. Let's see if that one is quieter. Let's get this on there. The other thing that I'm going to check is I have a feeling that this bearing might be noisy too, which we carry in the store. That's the Nachi bearing that we have. So let's go ahead and start it and find out. It's way quieter now. Listen to that. Unbelievable how much racket that alternator made. Now it sounds pretty smooth. AC's on. AC's running. I think I can do this video again in another 10 years and see you guys in there.
Maybe.
You drive it and you just chilling.
Yeah, she be chilling.
Nice t-shirt.
Thank you.
Awesome. Let's see some shifting. Just pretend it's running. So clutch down, first gear, release the clutch nice and easy. There you go. Clutch down, second gear, clutch up. You figured out?
Yeah, that was it.
Okay, those things are kind of weird. When you first put them on, they don't make sense. Then all of a sudden you go, oh, okay, I get it. And those clips are kind of weird first until you get used to them. You kind of push on the outside and get it in. Sometimes you got to twist them and wobble them, and then you push in the middle. You get it?
Yeah.
Look at you getting it. Hold on, they're behind your head. You get it? This is those little things that most people leave off. On CRXs, nobody ever puts these things back because they're kind of a pain. You getting it?
Yep.
Good job.
There we go.
Good job, dude.
Ooh.
Look at that. Old school.
Let's go.
Crank up windows. Sebastian having fun. Just trying to learn the car a little bit. Right up his alley. Look at these and see if there's a better one. Which one's the best? We have two.
That one.
All right, that's why you should always double check if you got two or something. Now, angle of this, see on the other side over there?
Yeah.
Ooh, just did a super zoom. We're gonna try and make it go on the same angle. So what you gotta do is put the clip in first and then put that trim piece around it. That's here. See what I mean? So you gotta insert that clip first. You see it? Yep, then it clips in. And then when you put it on there,
Snaps
you
right
get it?
in.
Look at that. So if we snap it on, make sure you angle it the way it goes. It won't stay in there until the handle goes on, but just kind of line those clips up if it will. See it?
Look there.
Yep, I can hold it while you get the handle. Make sure you point the handle the right direction.
Clips.
Look at the direction, so it angles with the speaker grill, so it angles forward. See it? So it looks good. Yep, then once you get it, once you feel good, just rock it back and forth until it lines up, then you should snap on. So you're gonna go on. Push it.
There it
you
goes.
go.
It's got a big crack right here.
Oh yeah, that's where somebody's pried it off. The screws back there, if you want to take those out.
Yeah.
You've got a screwdriver in hand.
Yeah.
Yeah, take this off and I'll show you. It pries out. It's kind of tough. There's a dent there where somebody's put a screwdriver there too. This is like stuff that you can't do with vintage parts, unfortunately. Move this out of the way. There you go. This end goes in first. Kind of slide it under it. I'm sure the tabs are there. Let me have a look. You see those tabs right there?
Yeah.
They're going to go in those little slots there and go under that, and then it snaps in.
No.
That's it. And then that snaps in, and then you put the screws in. Again, you got to be kind of gingerly with this stuff. It's vintage. It costs 3 times older than you.
Gosh.
What year was you born?
2010.
2010. This was born in 1989. 1989. This car had 100,000 miles on it by the time he was born. So that needs to go in there. There it goes. There it goes. There you go. Put the screws in and we'll clean this and arm roll it. It's getting there.
Yeah.
It's almost finished. And then we're going to put this thing on the dyno. You're going to brake in the clutch.
Yep.
And then we're going to dyno it. See what a 1990 puts down with a single slammer in it.
Just a little bit.
So the oil cap wrenches are doing really well, and the oil filter tools. And the frog is definitely no help at all.
Oh, sorry.
Neither is Taylor Swift.
Taylor Swift, sorry.
Wow, look at that.
Turned into a Swiftie.
All right. Check that out. Made by our friend Francisco. Look at that. They said this was a drunk purchase, but I think this was a very sober purchase.
Yes.
Not sure if that's the best picture of me, but he seems to think it's funny.
I think it's a great picture.
I think it's great. Look at that.
I think it's a great picture.
That is awesome. Francisco, thank you so much. I don't know who's going to get this stem, just whenever I feel like it, I think. I'm just going to walk in and go, yes, that's good. We are working on the filter tool for the small frame filter. This will fit pretty much every other Honda except S2000 and NSX. This is a small frame filter. This tool is very similar to this. This is the completed tool for the S2000. All right, guys, we're going to put the CRX on the dyno, see if we can get a good number, see what it's going to put down. It's a bone stock D16 A6, which is what comes in the CRX SI. It has a DC header, exhaust, and a intake. Pretty much the normal mods that you would put on this. So he even has a stock ECU in there. So everything is pretty much how a 90 to 91 CRX SI would be, except it's in an HF body. It should put down the same power. It's got 14-inch wheels, 4 straps, just as a redundancy system. That's way if one of these lets go, the car doesn't want to shoot one or another, you got a backup set. Even though, like I said, maybe 95 to the wheels at best. We'll see. The clutch is pretty much broken in to do the dyno run. It will take a bit longer to have it fully broken in, but of course all we're doing is turning the rollers right now. So it's not like it's pulling the whole weight of the car and a person and accelerating uphill, that kind of thing. So that's why I'm saying it's broken in enough to do the pull. Let's get it up to temperature, and then we'll do 3 runs. You guys got any predictions? What do you think it's going to do? 90? 95? 98, something like that. Maybe similar torque. These make pretty good torque, if I remember. It's old school, right down to the pipe. in the tailpipe with an O2 in there. We usually stick them in the pipe itself, but there isn't a spare O2 bung. But it's close enough. It's not perfect, but it's old school. It's how we used to do it, so it's kind of in line with everything we're doing over here. Wow, it's not as bad as I thought it would be. Let's see what the air fuel is. It looked like it was way lean right there. That's where I was like cutting out. And then it was on the 14 line. Can't really change that. We haven't got any way of programming it. But yeah, it's real lean. Let me change that number right there. Try and get it where it looks kind of consistent. That's a graph we're kind of used to seeing. I like to see it on this line, really. So guys, this is really old school, and I don't even want to show it because it will be disturbing to some viewers. There's a way that you can adjust the fuel pressure by tensioning this spring a little bit. Like I say, it's a little old school, but it does work. So I'm not going to show you, I'm just going to do it. You ready? All we need is it to not break up on the bottom. Definitely helped. Yeah. Let's see if it'll shows on the tack. It's breaking up a little bit on the signal. Yeah, it's all wonky. See where it did fall on its face before, really lean. It lost power there. It picked up power there, so it's not going to stutter. But that's actually not bad. It's basically 112 horsepower, was it? Was that what I said? 116, that's obviously interference, but 112 torque is what it's doing. That's not bad at all. That's actually pretty darn good. This is going to be Sebastian's car now. This has the Honda Fit motor, the L15. That's why we call that L-Sight. Let me go ahead and show you what this one made, just so it sits. We'll do a comparison. There it is. It's not that far off. Blue line is the Honda Insight with the L motor. This is done by speed, so it's not revving as far out. That's why it doesn't carry on, but that's the difference right there. Put the display on there. There you go. This is obviously not right. It's more like 106, 6-7 foot-pounds and about 14 horsepower more on the CRX with an intake header exhaust. This has a stock exhaust from the Insight, stock manifold, and we built this little shorty intake right there. That's all this car has. So we see what she does. Ready? Solid along there. That's not accurate. It would have followed that. That's just where it quit reading, but pretty much the same. That is money. That is super silky. Alright guys, so there isn't going to be an episode 4. The CRX has a buyer. We're just waiting for him to pick it up. It's been good for Sebastian to get involved and get his hands dirty and realize what goes into a car. I'm never going to give him a brand new car. He isn't going to get the Integra. Some people mentioned it. You don't start off as your first car with something that nice. You need to have something to work up to. That Integra is way too nice for a first car. He is going to get the Insight. There is going to be a change to the Insight, and I'm excited about it, and I think you guys are going to be really excited about this one. It is going to be his first car, but he's going to get some additional work. Anyway, thanks for watching. Don't forget, hit the subscribe, hit the share, hit the like. We'll see you on the next video.